What if I told you that we already knew many of the major things left to happen in Senior Season 5, and this was given to us by none other than Cartoon Network themselves? Well, you are in luck, because all the way back in November of last year, Cartoon Network tweeted a picture of a bingo card. At first, you figured that there would be only one bingo, but that could not be further from the truth. As the caption implies, there'll be multiple bingos. In fact, if the past few Steven bombs have shown us anything, it's that this card will be completely filled up by the end of the season. I'm Hailey from Cartooniverse, and get ready to be spoiled. Let's start by going entry by entry and seeing what we have seen or have not seen recently. And then I will go back to the ones that we have not yet seen and give my guesses at what exactly will be going on when they do happen. Since this was posted in November of last year, only 4 episodes of Season 5 had aired up until that date, so anything else was fair game. So without further ado, let's begin. And we've not seen this one. Garnet has yet to unfuse in Season 5. Moving on, we've also not seen a new fusion. The prospects of that are exciting, however. Next, Kevin is mean, which of course could apply to any episode with Kevin in it, but we definitely saw some of that in Kevin Party. Pink Diamond reveal. If you don't know about this, then why are you even watching? Because as we all know, we saw what she actually looked like in Jungle Moon. Then we had the Diamond Attack. In Your Mother and Mine, we see a direct flashback of the Diamond Attack. When I say a direct flashback, I don't mean the stylized look that the rest of the episode has when Garnet is telling the tale of Rose Quartz. Next is some new information about Rose. If this was not the whole point of Your Mother and Mine, then I don't know what was. Moving on. Jasper is back for a fight. Since her being corrupted and then pooped in Earthlings, Jasper has not made a return. Would her being back for a fight imply that she's become uncorrupted, or perhaps at least partially so? Unless of course she's still corrupted, and that form just tries to tear everyone to shreds. Someone gets a new look, and that someone was Connie, as we saw in Kevin Party. I do prefer long hair, but Connie looks great with her hair cut short. Then we have Topaz Comes to Earth, which has yet to happen. She was once on Earth of course, in Are You My Dad, but since we are talking Season 5, this does not apply. We've also not seen Steven get new powers in this season. I definitely hope this happens. And once again, for the next one, Lars comes home. Nothing has happened like this in Season 5. Only Steven is able to quickly go from Earth to outer space.
Bingo bongo.
Check. Free space? Also check. Someone cries. Well, that could be most episodes, really. But in Lars of the Stars, he starts crying after seeing a picture of Sadie. We also see Ronaldo cry in Letters to Lars. Then there is a space for Camp Pining Hearts. It wouldn't be an episode with Peridot and Lapis without Camp Pining Hearts. We last saw the two together in Raising the Barn. The flashback episode just happened in Your Mother and Mine. Onion acts kinda oniony is kinda a given for any episode Onion is in. We saw him in Dewey Wins, Raising the Barn, Letters to Lars, and Pool Hopping recently. Then Lapis is sad, which we saw her in Raising the Barn since she had to leave Peridot. Something tells me we'll be seeing more of Lapis being sad in future episodes. Next is Someone Moves Away. Well, we have Lapis in Raising the Barn, who actually takes the barn to wherever she plans to go. That's what I call moving. The next two we haven't seen either. Those are Corrupted Gems Get Healed and Ronaldo Was Right All Along. On to the last 3 spaces. New song. We saw that in not only Sadie Killer, but also The Big Show. Then we have Greg Makes a Dad Joke. Greg makes a few jokes in Gemcation, so I'm sure one of those count, but there's probably other instances so far. And the final space is Mystery Girl Appears. We saw a glimpse of her in The Big Show, but eventually we'll get more of her, I'm sure. So now we can start talking about the spaces that have yet to be crossed off. The very first square says Garnet unfuses. Now this is getting into leaks territory, but we do know that this is likely to happen thanks to the reveal of some new Seniors keychains at the New York Toy Fair this year. We see Sapphire in a tuxedo and Ruby in a dress. It's almost like they are going to get married, which is actually likely to happen, but that's a topic for another video. And the company even stated that these keychains were all from episodes coming up in the next batch, so that will likely mean that we'll be seeing this sometime soon. In fact, it may be for an episode called Maid of Honor, but that is from some more recent leaks, which I'll talk about soon. And we know these are good indicators at what is to come, since the Rose design was what she looked like when she worked for Pink Diamond. So of course, the only way we can see Ruby and Sapphire is by having Garnet unfuse, so expect this in the near future. Next up is the new fusion. I've always loved talking about new fusions. At this point, it's looking like once again Steven will fuse with another gem. But who? Well, at last year's San Diego Comic-Con, Rebecca Sugar accidentally let it slip that Rainbow Quartz would be returning. And this would be as Rainbow Quartz 2.0. the fusion of Steven and Pearl. But now there is another option that I see just as likely, if not more likely than Rose Quartz because of a recent episode. That episode is Pull Hopping, where Garnet wants to change the way she thinks about Steven. The last time Steven and another gem came eye to eye, they fused. This was of course with Amethyst to make Smoky Quartz. The recent development and focus on Garnet would definitely give the show a reason to fuse Garnet and Steven together. I am super excited to see what their fusion will look like. It should be quite tall like Sugilite or Sardonyx, but since Steven is part of the mix, who can say? Do you think either of these fusions will have a male voice actor? Since Steven is part of them, I would say it's possible, although not the most likely since both Stevonnie and Smoky Quartz have been played by female voice actors. Then we have Jasper is back for a fight. I already mentioned that if she is truly back, it means that she is at least partially uncorrupted, so this would tie in with the corrupted gems get healed square. We don't really know when this could happen, just that it's likely that it will. We have been learning more and more about Jasper's diamond, Pink Diamond, so perhaps learning about Pink Diamond will also unlock their secrets to uncorrupting gems. Next, Topaz comes to Earth. We do know that Topaz has a very kind heart and was trying to help Lars and Steven escape before they went to Homeworld. It didn't work out, but if this event does happen, it means that no harm came to Topaz, or at least one of the two since they are a fusion. She would probably be pretty eager to join the Crystal Gems, as it would mean that she could express herself in any way that she felt like. Although I do worry that if Topaz comes to Earth, then Aquamarine will also come with her. That would mean big trouble. Steven gets new powers is next, and the first thing that my mind jumps to is that his powers will actually be able to cure corruption in some way. This goes well with the corrupted gems get healed box as well. But something that I remembered was that Garnet actually did mention that Steven has empathy powers in Your Mother and Mine. So maybe those powers will continue to evolve, or there will be a new twist on those powers. Then we have Lars Comes Home. We know for a fact that this will happen, since he is trying to get home currently in the show. He did run into some technical difficulties, but hopefully there will be no further delays. This will likely be in the upcoming double-length episode, Reunited. I already talked about corrupted gems getting healed quite a bit, but if anything, this once again reinforces my belief that something like this will definitely happen. Corrupted gems are often seen to be in pain due to their current state, and them never being healed would truly be a tragedy. If they can't heal the gems, then this will be a permanent reminder of the rebellion. Finally, Ronaldo was right all along. I know he's not the most popular character, but don't click away just yet since this could be very important. Well, there have been a few things Ronaldo has mentioned that is yet to come to fruition. The phrase all along makes me think that this is referring to something that Ronaldo has been talking about for a while. This would of course be the first huge theory about the Sneeple. We see snake imagery everywhere, with the most recent being the stamp on the card Steven sends to Lars. We first hear about the snake people in Keep Beach City Weird, where Ronaldo claims that they run the government and cause humans to fight against each other. Now I don't know how these snake people could be incorporated into the show. I would like to call them the creators of the gems, but at this point I don't have a clear answer. Hopefully the show blows our minds with a revelation about the Sneeple and we can call Ronaldo the ultimate conspiracy theorist. But there are some other things he has mentioned that have yet to be shown. In Ronaldo, he mentions 1,000,000 tiny gems being crushed up and sent through his bloodstream via a heart. We know the temple contains such a heart, and gems could be the source of what powers everything in there. In Rising Tides, Crashing Skies, he mentions that the handship might have been at Beach City to thaw out the cryogenically frozen pets of the 1%. In this case, we can take thawing out pets as unbubbling corrupted gems right before they get healed. Or something happens in Homeworld, the 1% is able to unbubble all these corrupted gems, which could lead to a lot of destruction and havoc. Maybe there are a few others that I missed, but you can remind me what they were in the comments section below. So that's pretty much what's on this bingo card. I have high hopes for the rest of the season, and this bingo card is only getting me more excited. It is true that we don't have the biggest amount of episodes left for Season 5, but I think it is fair to at least say that we'll see a good portion of these events happen for this season, if not almost all of them. Let me know in the comments section if you expect any of these events to actually happen, or if all of them are bound to happen eventually. That brings me to the end of the video. But don't leave just yet because I want to give a huge shout out to Art with Koda for the beautiful artwork he did of Jasper on the thumbnail. I will link his channel below as always. And then we have our newest patron, Sean Kong. Thank you for being an amazing follower of my channel and giving your support. I currently have a poll going where you can choose what show I make a video on next. To get access for the poll right now, you have to be a patron. Any pledge size works in getting access for this poll and to any future ones. I would also like to thank everyone who helped proofread the script for this video. Thank you guys for watching and have an animated day.